My name is Queen, and I'm about to vent.
So
like,
your family was that Muslim family not to be messed with. Okay, then so specifically NOI.
Yeah, Nation of Islam.
Okay, then so would you say there'd be a difference between um the Akis at the store and NOI?
Hell yeah. Well, first it's many levels of that. So when I don't use the term Aki, but I know what you mean.
Okay, is it is that a is that the next
one? They might stop being like, don't call us that.
Don't call us that anymore. I mean? Copy.
But I would say like Middle Eastern or Arab Muslims. There's levels. One, anti-blackness is everywhere. So most people look at me and don't think of a Muslim person. One, because I'm black. Two, because I don't like look the part and shit like that. So it's that piece first usually. Then when you say Nation of Islam, because there's a lot of black liberation and black nationalism, black nationalism, and also black Americanism in that. People don't see that
it's not real
as as some real thing or whatever. So usually it's not an issue because I don't visibly look Muslim, so people don't know I'm Muslim unless I say it out loud for the most part. Me, I just like to, when I am in the store, like, that, Middle Eastern people, Arab people, and I like to, like, shame them. So, like...
How?
Why are you selling pork? Or, like, you selling cigarettes? You know, like, because I don't think there's
You're not allowed to.
They're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to sell tobacco?
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Cigarettes, not supposed to alcohol. Like, you're not supposed to do any of that stuff.
I mean, pork, yeah. I mean, I run to that. I run into that way more than, I do run into a lot of them that don't sell, like, the wine and the beers and stuff like that. But I would run into more, like, beef bacon, turkey bacon. I've run into that way more than I run to.
You know what's funny? Because Muslims are funny. Like, we'll do, like, we'll murder, we'll steal, we do all of that, but we won't eat pork. Like
that's the cutoff.
Yeah, we're like, like, I will eat ass, I will rob people, I will do this, but I'm not going to eat pork. Like, it's like, I'm even like that. Like, I'll, whatever.
I'll do a lot of shit, but that pork. That's really strong. Yeah, that's a really strong thing.
Yeah, but like when it comes to my interactions with them, they're generally like, when I hear like the name my parents gave me, then they instantly know I'm Muslim.
Okay.
And then there's usually like a respect kind of thing. With like other Muslims who are in the Nation of Islam, I say if they're black or they're like West African and stuff like that, they're usually...
That's my fault. How is that interaction like African Muslims?
African Muslims? Yeah. Usually it's weird because like, especially living uptown.
See a lot of the Nigerians.
No, I feel like it's mad Nigerians in Brooklyn. Uptown, I was more Senegalese people, more people from Ghana.
You get the more Western.
Yeah, it was like, and more of the Muslim African people when I lived uptown versus here. But usually it's the same regular, not fucking with black Americans. Then they realize I'm Muslim, then it's like, oh, then they like treat me different. I get that a lot though, like. Even black American men, like they realize like, oh, you with the nation, like it's just like this weird kind of like, all of a sudden I'm a different kind of woman, but it's like
same person.
Yeah, like that don't make no sense. It's like a different kind of respect factor that comes into play, which is when I was younger I always benefited from, but now I'm just like,
it's annoying.
It's not even that it's annoying, but it's like, why don't you just respect me because I'm standing in front of you and you should respect people.
Okay, huh?
Like, why has it changed now?
So that probably opened your... I mean, because you've seen what the actual... Because, alright, you know what? To me, I probably have never necessarily, like, seen, like, what the other side of it would be. You've seen, like, it from both sides. You've seen when somebody would treat you like, okay, like, oh, shit, my fault, I'm so sorry. To when they would treat you like, they thought you was a regular person from the hood. You're a regular black girl from the hood and shit of that nature. So, you know there's a difference. Yeah. You can attest to this.
Yes,
wow. All right then. So what would be something like, to my blind eyes, I'd be like, okay, well that she probably like exaggerating a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? To something like, no, I've personally seen this. Like, what would be like a small example of that?
I will be honest. I can't pinpoint too much right now because I would have to like think about it because it mostly stands out more when I'm like younger, like in my teenage years and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. Oh well, I don't know if it was because it was they knew who my father was, this Muslim person, this NOI man, or if it because whatever. But I remember being in an elevator. I think I probably was like 15. In the elevator.
And this guy was NOI too.
No,
oh, he
no,
didn't.
it was just guys in the elevator. Yeah. One of them had I think a Rottweiler. We were all in the elevator. I'm not scared of dogs, so it was like whatever. And then the dog started wilding.
Yeah.
So one of the guys, like, kind of jumped on me to cover me, and was like, "Yo, call me." And I don't know who this guy is.
Okay.
But I don't want the dog biting me neither, so I'm like, "Alright, do what you gotta do." So he like whatever, and then he's like, "Yo, calm your dog down." Like, no, he's like, "Calm your dog down," like, you know, whatever. And the guy's like, "I don't know, whatever." He said, "All I know is that if this dog hurts her, we got a problem." And I know it was because no. So that happens, and then the guy's like, who does? I'm like a 15-year-old girl. He's a grown ass man. Who the fuck is she? And they're like, "Yo, her father's da 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 da." And then it changed, and then it was like, "Oh shoot, let's get this dog off the elevator." So I don't know if it's because it was my father, or if it was because my father in the Nation of Islam. You know, like that kind of stuff. But like stuff like that, or like just like in my hood where like I could like, let's say a guy come at me sideways, and the next guy like nah, like. That's
a dog. You've always felt like protected.
Yeah, I was always very protected because of the Nation of Islam affiliation and stuff like that. Like in the 90s, like Nation of Islam in the 90s was like...
Yeah, that's a huge thing. Especially he was coming off from the Malcolm X movie coming on too.
It was like,
that was a thing. Yeah.
So like stuff like that. So I those are ways that I benefited from it. But then when it comes to like, I guess my interactions with like West African people, they would be like, they wouldn't... I guess the anti-blackness would change. And when I say anti-blackness, I'm really mean anti-black Americanness. It would change. So it was just like, I was just like, let's say I'm dating their son or whatever. I was just like, "Oh, hi, blah, 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 blah." And then if he say like, "Oh, no, you know, she's Muslim, blah, blah, blah," then it would change like, "Oh." And then it's like, now you're treating me like a person who's dating your son versus...
somebody that's not wanted to be here.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. That's, that's...